Hi guys, my name is Cindy Mureithi from Moi University, and I'm here to take you through my trip in Kisumu. So while in Kisumu, we visited different farms, and the first farm was Jumbo Steels Mills Ahero. Yeah, so Jumbo Group is owned by the Patel's family, and it majors in four divisions. There's steel division, hardware, PVC tank, and mattress division. So in PVC tank division, manufacturing was done by a dry process. The first step was the raw material was prepared with PVC resin as the main raw material and then mixed in specific proportions. So the mixture was then fed into an extruder, after which molding was done. So after molding occurred, cooling was done, and quality of the product was checked to if it matches the standards, the required standards. So in hardware division, we also taken through briefly what occurs there, and there is the product development is first done, and then once design and testing is done, the product is moved into mass production. So, lastly, the product was checked to ensure compliance with regulations. And yeah, that basically was it. So, the second farm or industry that we visited was Skylax Construction Company Limited. So, Skylax was formed in 1990 and incorporated in 1999. Yes. Design and planning is one of the processes that takes place in Skylar Construction Company Limited. And it designs furniture pieces based on the market trends or maybe the customer's requirements. Yeah, so there's also another section in Skylax Construction Company Limited, which dealt with electric and plumbing pipes. So here, the first step was the raw materials were molded into pipes, uh, into the shapes of the pipes according to the shapes required as per the customer's preference, and then uh, they were cut into specific lengths according to the customer's preference, of course. And then after cutting was done, coating occurred in order to protect the pipe from, like, from the natural calamities. And then it was checked to ensure that it complies with standards. So another farm that we were taken to or industry was the third farm. It was Kengen in Sondumiriu Power Station. So Kengen is basically it's a hydroelectric power station owned by Kengen Company Limited. So the processes we were taken through the processes involved in electricity production. So the first one was, first of all, water intake occurred, and then it was stored in huge reservoir tanks. So in Sondumiriu, there's this Miriu River. That was their major water source. So they took water from there and then they stored it in huge reservoir tanks. And then after storing, the water's kinetic energy was harnessed by the turbines. Yeah, by the turbines, which rotates and drive an electric generator to produce electricity. Yes, so once the electricity was generated, it was passed through a transformer. So the transformer basically ensured that the voltage of the electricity was as required as it should be. So once passed into the transformer, the electricity was then transmitted to the national grid, which was through the transmission lines. Yes. So basically, that's how electricity is produced. That's how they produce electricity in Sondomirio, Kenjan. So the next day, we were taken to Kenha. It was the fourth industry that we visited. Uh, the primary mandate of Kenha is to ensure that there is efficient movement of goods and people, along roads, along highway networks, national highway networks. Yes. So some of the activities that occurred in Kenha were road planning and design, basically road planning and road designs. Yes. So here they prepared detailed designs of the roads that they want to build, to construct. And then once they got once they designed the road, the idea that they want, then materials were tested. Material testing is very important uh, here in Kenya, so that they ensure that they are fit for road construction. So material testing occurred. There were various steps in testing the materials to ensure that they meet the standards that are required. So after the materials were checked and ensure that they meet the standards that are required, regular inspections were then done to ensure that the methods used they meet the required standards and specifications. The methods were approved, they then oversee the project's progress. Yeah, that basically was it in Kenya. And lastly, we visited Chemilil Sugar Company Limited. Yeah, it's a company that produces sugar. They produce sugar from sugarcane. So first of all, the first step is sugarcane was transported from the farms to the plant. And then after transportation, or after harvesting was done, sugarcane was then prepared for extraction process. So the sugarcane was crushed to extract juice, and then the juice undergoes purification. So after purification is done, it undergoes evaporation to remove excess water, which then forms into crystals. And then the crystals undergo a centrifugation. Yeah. So that's what the last process in sugar production was drying and basically packaging in the necessary packages. So that was the last process in sugar in the company that we visited, which produces sugar. And we really learned a lot from the 5 industries that we visited. And I just want to thank Moi University for the opportunity that they gave us to be able to learn all that.